Hey, hello, welcome back. And today we are doing a sketchbook tour. We might get into a 2-for-1 little flip through of this other one. So they kind of weave in and out a little bit. No big announcements. There's been kind of an influx of new subscribers to this thing, and I think it's been because of kind of recording on cassettes and stuff recently, and so thank you everyone for subscribing and watching these videos. It's been kind of fun. Sorry it's not a music video. We'll probably get back to music related content soon, but I did just finish the sketchbook, and so pretty excited about it, so I wanted to flip through it, chat about it, and then we can be on our way. With a lot of the sketchbooks that I use, this is no different. This is the Stillman and Byrne Zeta series. It's kind of got a soft cover. It's about 5.5 by 9.5 inches, which is kind of a nice, cozy size for me. I feel like it's pretty easy to fill up. Started on January 28th, finished it March 7th. I usually like to just get in there, cover the first page, get going. I honestly thought I'd do a lot more of these. I like this idea, this weird pillars of color, kind of like doing some sort of landscapey type things, but this was, I think, the only one that I did, so maybe that'll make a reoccurrence at some later date. So this is from testing out the fountain pen earlier, a couple videos ago, I think, whenever I got a fountain pen and drew, and these are just there's a lot of these in here, which I think I'll make into a zine. These contour line drawings, and then kind of going back in and shading, so it'll be kind of easy to flip through. I can't show you the next page until we see a different page later in the book. I was really kind of inspired by the kids that I work with. I give them, they're like 4 and 5 years old, and they get sketchbooks, and I mean, they just take it and they open it up and they just go to work, you know, like they don't care about whether you're painting like all in a row or not. So I was inspired by by those guys. I did like a drawing, and then I covered it with paint because I didn't like the drawing, and then for some reason I decided I'd cut stuff out. And then I also love the look of ballpoint pen on notebook paper, so I did one of those. Did this drawing of this lady. Where's she at? Sorry, maybe she's back here. I drew her, but then I just like copied her over and collaged her in. But that sort of inspired me to go back here, and I kind of had done this drawing with the fountain pen, didn't really like it, so I cut it up and painted half the page and then collaged in another notebook drawing paper. I didn't like the look of this. I thought maybe it might be cool with the drawings underneath, and these are more fountain pen drawings. So I attached this piece of paper here and made this kind of a collage. This has been a fun little discovery of putting dots down and using my brayer to roll the paint. And I like the first page. I thought there'd be a lot more of these types of things in here, but there's really not. These are two colors that I hated. I just didn't like them, so I just was trying to use up the paint, but I kind of liked the way that they looked together. And then this leads us to this sketchbook. This is a Gelli plate print. There's a couple of shorts on the channel where I went through these, did kind of a time-lapse video on making one of these, but I did these with the 4 and 5 year old, like the kids in my preschool, and we all loved it. So it's using Posca paint pens, and then you roll the acrylic paint over it, and then you just print it. So we could do a quick little flip through of this book. This was the first attempt at a handmade sketchbook that kind of failed, and so I did it again in the video that is a couple videos back where I was working in. But yeah, so we can do just a quick flip through of these. You can see this thing is already falling apart. I did not do a good job on it. I could just take the gel plate and put it on top of a drawing and just trace them real quickly, so that just made it really easy to knock these out. And so it was kind of fun because I went back to old sketchbooks and found people that I had, drawings that are just sitting in sketchbooks and redrew them. And yeah, kind of invested in a couple of finer tip Posca pens, but the heavier ones worked a little bit better. Just do a quick little flip through. Some of these are probably, I don't know if you can see them. This was kind of a interesting discovery whenever I realized I put the gel plate down on a pencil drawing, and then the pencil drawing stuck to the gel plate. So all I had to do was put down some acrylic paint, and then it printed off like a print. And so I ended up doing that a couple of more times. One with this drawing, and then that one's hard to see, but yeah. So that was cool. And this is my first edition homemade sketchbook that's already fallen apart. And back to the Stillman and Burn. These next two drawings are taken from a music video by my friend's band Flowertown. They have a new album that's just come out, and they did this great music video where they were in a restaurant that had a spinning thing in the middle of the table. I don't know what it's called, but it spins around. And it holds all your condiments, and so yeah. So they just put the camera on there and they're just spinning the thing. So I did some screenshots, and then I did these drawings, and then it was fun to post them on Instagram. Like, I'm not a good music reviewer, but I can maybe draw my friends' music videos and help them get the word out. These are more of the brayer ovals, and then a quick line drawing. I don't know. And some more line drawing people. For some reason, I decided to draw these guys upside down. I feel like this one's a little unfinished, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. There's this gal again. And then this was a big discovery that I'd like to work on more in the next sketchbook. Acrylic paint on the background, but the colored pencil and the lines and the texture on top of the painted background was very exciting. It'll come up again here in a second. These are just a couple of pretty bad drawings. Yeah, so this was the other colored pencil over acrylic paint. And yeah, and some micron pen for the line drawing part, and then just going in and shading in with the color pencil. A lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to trying this some more in the next sketchbook. All right, and then we get into the rest of pretty much the rest of it is all black and white, bouncing back and forth between microns and my, what is it? It's like a Pentel, no, I'm sorry, it's a Pilot, like G2 pen. This was a fun photo that I saw on Instagram, I think of some designer wearing a cat t-shirt, and I really liked the t-shirt, so yeah. And these little dots came from the cutouts. Oh, right here. I just saved those and glued them down. And these are all people from various old National Geographic magazines. The only problem with drawing with the Pilot is that it smears sometimes whenever I'm not paying attention. It's always aggravating. I started doing these like little just sort of automatic drawings to kind of warm up my hand. Might have been breaking into the 80s here, I think, with the Mickey Mouse sweatshirt. Another automatic drawing into this guy, this business tycoon. I don't really know if he was a business tycoon. I just imagine, with that jacket, gotta be. All right, just a couple more here. Oh, this was a page where I was just sort of wiping off my brayer from doing all the Gelli prints. And this is just a little watercolor experiment. I was going to go back in and draw in on this, but I just never did. Another automatic drawing, and this woman working, answering her phone. This actually might be kind of unfinished. Maybe I'll go back in and finish in this area. And this layout, that was something that I did that I haven't done in the past, is drawing on both sides of the paper. I really kind of loved the idea of doing the long layouts and really filling in both pages as opposed to just doing the one side. And this is the final spread here. Yeah, couple people that I found very interesting. I loved this guy's look. And one last little automatic drawing I did to kind of warm up for these guys the other day. All right, that's it. I went on a little longer than I thought it would. I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. I don't know what I'm gonna get up to next. I might actually every time I post a video, I always post them early on Patreon, and every time I post a video on Patreon, I'm like, this is it. This is the last video for a bit. I'm trying to write songs for the next Red Pants album, and I keep getting distracted by making videos. So this might really be it for a little bit. I just got an invite to do an artist market from a friend, so we've got to get some stuff together for that, and continuing on the Red Pants album train, and playing a couple shows this year, and yeah. That's going to be it for me, though, today. Thank you to my lovely patrons over on Patreon for all their support. Check it out. Like I said, I release these videos a few days early, usually. There's always some music being posted weekly. Yeah, and if I make anything else, then I usually send it to people. So that's it for today. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.